now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
As you can see, ain't no love in these YouTube streets, man. Ain't no love in the streets in general. That's the main reason why you don't try to make friends on here. Get on here, get your money, and get on up out of here and get in the real streets and find you something to do to flip that bread, man. That's the name of the game, man. Trying to make friends with these dudes, man, you gonna lose every single time. Content is king. Content is money. I don't care what kind of content you do. When you jump on here, you only got one objective. That's to get the money. If you're not on here to make no bread, you in the way, man. So anyway, we're going to get to this content by 600. And he say, Young and Jefe just called me. It's on with WACK100. I thought y'all was cool. And then we going to flip it to some more content to see how all this started, man. That was all cool about a week ago, man. All these dudes was cool, man. Everybody was happy. Everybody was cool. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the new year, maybe that rain that started them first couple of days in the beginning of this year out here in Southern California, man, LA, I should say. Man, maybe that did something to people, man, because this year right here is starting off slow, man. And like last year, the same time, it was some drama. So we're going to see what this about, man, and see if we get to the bottom of this, or at least find out how did this start, this little beef with WACK100 and Jefe, man. But before we do that, man, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's go check this out and see what 600 talking about. Let's go. All right, I got two videos. Let me play this one first and see what 600 talking about, and then we're going to get to WACK and see what they talking about. Let's go.
Giving it up. They naming all these different blood hoods who happen to be in the area for whatever reason. You feel me? And, you know, so in fact, everybody seeing what was going on. Everybody seeing who pulled up, right? So what Young Ann does, he pretty much is calculated. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much covers what he's going to say before he said it, meaning that, you know what I'm saying, he knows what's going on, so things like this don't happen. So he says, I'm only speaking on what's already on the internet. Now, he's saying that, you know, for one thing, before I jumped into what was going on Clubhouse, I'm like, who y'all talking about? I'm like, Ann said that? I said, Ann ain't say that, bro. You know what I'm saying? He said that. That's low-key some police shit, my nigga. You know what I mean? If you saying that, nigga, all these bloods, these gangs came together to attack the Crips, I gotta admit, that sound like some police shit, because the topic of the conversation...
All right, let's stop right there. So all this is because Jefe, I guess he did a video stating that the Crips was attacked by the Bloods at the parade. It's a couple days old. It's old news right now, but now we're starting some new issues with him and WACK. Now, we can honestly say that it's a lot of stuff that everybody then put on this internet at some point violates the rules of the streets. Everybody then says something on here that could be considered police activity to them dudes who still in the streets. Everybody not on the internet. All them gangsters, all them hoods, them bloods, them Pirus, them Crips, it's dudes that despise dudes that's on the internet because they feel like, man, them dudes on there making a mockery out of us. Them dudes on there giving up too much information. Them dudes on there talking too much. That's how the street dudes who in the streets look at the internet dudes who, you know, the street dudes who done came to the internet. They look at them as like, man, what is they doing? What is they talking about? So at some point, everybody that's on here that's supposed to be quote unquote a street dude, they know it's certain things they don't supposed to say on here. And I think every last one of the street dudes on here then violated at some point. If you go back and look at everybody content, you will find something that'll go against the street rules. Now, if this was back in the days, man, none of this would go on, man. Some of your homies would have said, hey, man, let's go for a ride and grab us some blunt or something from the liquor store. You would have been in the front seat and caught a straight pop shot from the back seat. They would have been domed. A lot of these dudes that's on the internet right now, if this was this was them 90s, man, the early 2000s, man, a lot of these dudes that's on the internet would be rest in peace, man, because they homies would have been chipped them long time ago.
Conversation was, we don't use that terminology, attacked. If it's 4 Crips and we run into 30 Bloods, we're not going to say we got attacked unless we snitching to the police. We're going to say, man, niggas came up there deep, we got into it with them, we got a Royal Rumble, it was a little melee, you feel me? We're not going to say we were attacked. So this whole time, I said, damn, he said attack, so I'm trying to fend for him. I'm like, man, I know he didn't say that, man, but since he said the word attack, it's kind of like he opened up the door for niggas to politic on some police shit, you feel me?
Can't no internet dudes politic on nobody. If nobody out your set ain't tripping off of it, I don't think a dude on the internet, they opinion even matter. Your homies from your hood got to be the ones that say, hey, cuz, check this out. Let me holler at you for a minute, Lo. What's happening? Man, that stuff that you said on the internet, cuz, you know you ain't supposed to say that, homie. And pop, pop, boom, 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 pop, all that would have happened, man. Hey, if the homies from your section ain't tripping, I don't think a dude on the internet, his say so even matter. It's just content at this point because it makes money. So let's go over here. Y'all can go to 600 page and watch the rest of that, see what he talking about. Let's go over here and see if we get to the meat of things of what's really going on. Let's check it out.
You're supposed to address that the right way. And that ain't doing it what he did.
But see, now if I run with his narrative, it's you're only doing that because the quote unquote situation is the Crips lost lost the battle that time. So now you're trying to put if I want to run a narrative on you, I could have really spent an extracurricular blood and Crip narrative on you.
Can't spend no blood and Crip narrative because didn't nobody lose their life. Didn't nobody lose. All right. I respect them youngsters. I respect them on both sides. They went out there and they got their squabble on. They doing what they doing in their gang world. They ain't doing them but get a mutual combat, man. Couple of busted eyes, busted noses, but you live to see another day. Didn't nobody get smoked. Didn't nobody lose. It'd have been a whole lot of times where the Bloods didn't got whooped on, the Crips didn't got whooped on. Hey, man, that's part of the street life, man. Didn't nobody lose their life. Now, if somebody would have lost their life, then that would have been a loss. I would have said, man, all right, man, them dudes, they lost. But it wasn't nothing but a fade. 300, if it was that many, I heard it was a lot of people out there that rushed a couple of, blue team. If that's the point, then didn't nobody get smashed? Didn't nobody lose their life? That's what you call getting smashed. I respect them youngsters, man. Them youngsters went out there and said, you know what? We not going to be no coward. Yeah, we not going to be no coward like the dudes that got to go pick up a weapon. Now we're going to go out there and get our squabble on, our fade on. So I respect them youngsters, man. They all live to see another day, man. They all got action at life. It's the old dudes that's making it a problem. It's the old dudes. Yeah, man. You know the dudes back in the days who probably got whipped on by the Crips or a couple of Crips who got whipped on by the Bloods back in the days. Some of them dudes can't let that go. Some of them still holding them grudges when they was getting whooped on back in the days. And now they preaching it to the youngsters, man. But these youngsters different. They say, you know what? We're going to go out there and get our fade on, man. Remind me of some back in the days activities, man. Get your fade on, man. Let's get back to this.
And then on everything, don't sit here and say, dude, you gonna be in San Diego talking about LA Bloods and me commenting on some LA Bloods. Well, they put it on the internet. You made a comment. You put it on the internet. I made a comment and put it on the internet.
Well, there go the thing.
Why you even commenting if you got so much issues with baby DC Draco, nigga? Why nigga? Look, I should tell a nigga to strike your video right, man.
Here go the
strike your video. Remind you, man, these is 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds, man. Remind you, these ain't no 16-year-old and 17, 18, 19, 20. These is 30 and 40-year-olds having these conversations. Everybody pay attention, man, to what's really going on, man. When you really look at the whole thing, you say, man, it's the older guys who tripping, man.
Dang, I don't know who won the law. Looked like niggas was fighting. Ain't nobody had no funerals, none of that shit. So I don't know who won or lost. But my thing is, there ain't no Crips supposed to be saying.
Said the same thing I said. When no funeral, didn't nobody lose. See, that's that old mentality, man. Ain't nobody lost because ain't nobody got kicked. Ain't nobody got smoked.
And hey, world, the Blood strategically came together to attack the Crips.
Thank you.
You making it seem like, and any out there that did some time, let me take you back to a 115. If two is squabbling and the police say, this dude attacked this dude, he's the victim and he's the aggressor. You just said the Crips are the victims and the Bloods from these gangs came together as a disruptive street gang and attacked these people.
Did Jefe say that? In the chat, leave it in the chat. If y'all seen that video, put the description up in there so I could go check it out. Did Jefe say that? And even if he did say that, man, like I said earlier, everybody on the internet that's supposed to be from the streets or came from the streets or lived the street life have all got on here at one point and said something and did something that was against street rules. Every last street dude that's on here that ever talked about gang politics or what goes on in the streets. If this was in the 90s, everybody be having rest in peace by their name because the streets would have took care of the streets. Nothing is happening now. No more repercussions. The internet don't count. Nothing on this internet counts, because at the end of the day, even when people find out things, man, nobody is doing nothing to none of these dudes behind nobody on the internet what they say. Nobody opinion on the internet even matter. Now, it's some G's, it's some dudes up in them hoods who opinion matters. It's some dudes in them streets, man. If they say something and sick the right crew on you, man, yeah, be out of here, man. You know, it's just that nobody is taking none of this internet stuff serious, man. They look at the street dudes on here and say, what are y'all doing? That's how they look at all the internet dudes that's on the, you know, the street dudes that's on the internet. They don't, a lot of dudes don't even respect the street dudes that's on the internet.
I ain't never heard no Crips who gonna refer to themselves as a victim, and now we talking about some shit that's on the Channel 9 News. Yeah, you wrong. Grumpy was running this content, but you want to throw me in it, so you can't dance with me, and the words you use don't make sense. All you know that you be sitting there making up words, using the wrong word, and as is, and what is, and there as, and therefore before the door, and over there.
All right, it's getting personal at this point. I guess we figured out what the problem was. The problem is, I guess, Ann made a video. I haven't seen the video. I need to go check it out. Maybe I'll do a reaction to that. I guess what Ann said, that the Rips was attacked by the Damus. I guess this is what this whole thing is about. But like I said, man, it had been Damus on here that had said a whole lot of stuff about Rips and vice versa. It didn't win both ways on this internet, man. A lot of dudes jumping on in front of this camera, and man, it's getting hectic. Luckily, this stuff hasn't transferred to the streets, man. Luckily, we didn't have a few incidents, but luckily this stuff haven't started an all-out war, you know, especially right now. This is a new year, man. I know a lot of Bloods and Crips and Pyrus that's really getting along, making paper together, man, hustling together, you know, doing real things, man. I got a homie that be out there camping with the Pyrus. I got a couple of homies that's Bloods, man. So it's a lot of stuff that's on the streets, but luckily this internet stuff haven't got powerful yet to where it really transferred to where it's an all-out war that can't be stopped. This stuff right here just sound like a bunch of older guys, man, who on the internet running content, getting their money, because it's not that serious. Because if it was that serious, man, I think, what's his name? Apple 22 just got 50,000 to go in there and fight in the boxing ring, man. If that's the case, man, y'all need to line it up to where y'all can go get y'all 50,000. Go in there and get that 50 G's, man. Y'all ain't got to make another video after this. It shouldn't be no more videos on the internet about who said what when everybody on the internet have all said something. At this point, go get the paper. Who the dudes that's signing up? What's the people, man, that's signing up? What gambling team is that? Who putting that 50,000 up, man? Man, anybody, man, I go in there and get me 50,000. Wow, man. Y'all go in that ring, get up off this internet, man. Y'all supposed to be G's, man. Get up out of here with this stuff, man. It's Compton Rick Rock. Leave y'all thoughts in the comment section, man. I'll catch all of y'all on the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rick Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop.